Oxford Eats. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Leslie, and this is our handy helper, Aliyah.
Hi!
So for March break, we have a special episode of Oxford Eats, Cooking with Kids.
Today we are going to be making a recipe, a pumpkin cookie recipe that you can give to your dogs. And of course, we have to make a kid-friendly recipe too.
So our first recipe we're going to get started with will be the sugar cookies for kids because they take the longest.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we have it all set up to start making our sugar cookies. First, we have to mix the dry ingredients into the bowl. So what do we need for dry ingredients, Aliyah?
We need baking powder, ground cinnamon, and we need all-purpose flour and some salt.
Okay, so we need 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, which we have pre-measured out here. We need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Right here.
So 1 level teaspoon.
Like that.
Put that in there. And we need 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Looks like it's already ready to go. Yep. Good job. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So you need 2 of those. Oops. Okay, so now we have to whisk all of those together.
Got our whisk here, and we're going to just quickly do it.
Awesome. While Aliyah is whisking our dry ingredients together, I wanted to share 2 kids' cooking books with you that I have here, which are in the Oxford County Library collection. The first one is Cookie Monster's Foodie Truck, which is a Sesame Street themed cookbook for kids. Really fun. And the second one here is called Time for Kids, Kids in the Kitchen Cookbook, Fun Recipes for Kids to Make.
All right, we're all done?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have pre-mixed our sugar and butter together. You need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter and 3/4 cup of sugar. And you mix that together with a hand mixer or a stand mixer. So we have pre-mixed ours. So from that, we're going to add in egg and vanilla.
Which
We
one
need
is-
1 large egg at room temperature. Good job.
Here's our egg.
So our hands are clean, the egg is cracked, onto vanilla.
All right, here we go.
1 1/2 teaspoons. So
So we
1
got-
of each of those. Do you want to hold it? Shannon can pour it, or you think you're okay?
I think I'm
All right.
got that.
Yep. Awesome.
1 pour
One of
that.
those.
And got 1 pour of the bigger one, which will be way easier.
Awesome.
Go.
Now, we would generally use a hand mixer or stand mixer to do this. We're just going to whisk it by hand. It says about 1 minute until it's smooth and everything's mixed together.
Okay, now it's all mixed, and now it says to add dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. So we're going to add that.
How about a dumper in there? That's okay.
And then we can just pour the
Ready for me to
rest.
dump it?
Yes.
Good job.
Okay, all of our ingredients are in the bowl, and now we need to mix them once again.
consistency for rolling. So we have our dough ready to go. We have to cut it in half, and then we're going to roll out one of the halves.
Cookie dough out, and now we're going to put it onto parchment paper on a plate because both of the layers need to chill in the fridge for about an hour before we bake them. Okay, so our other half of our sugar cookie dough is rolled out. We're going to put them on top of each other and in the fridge for about an hour. And while they're chilling, we're going to clean up, reset, because it's time to make dog cookies.
All right, so our dough is now chilling in the fridge, and we are ready to make treats for your furry friend. We're going to make some dog treats, right, Aliyah? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do we have to do first? We need to mix all of our wet ingredients first. So we need 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Oh, it's okay. 2 eggs.
We got our eggs in our bowl right here.
And then 1/3 cup of peanut butter. So you need it to be a natural peanut butter. So we have an organic peanut butter. It's pure, just peanut butter, just peanuts. And then once that's all in there, we have to mix that all together.
All right, time to mix.
While Aliyah's mixing that all together, I have 2 more Cooking with Kids books to share with you from the Oxford County Library collection. This first one here is a good housekeeping book, and it's just called Kids Cook. There's 100 and more super easy and delicious recipes that kids can cook on their own with some add-on help. And this book here is called Mary Englebright's Sweet Treats Dessert Cookbook. So this can be found in the children's section, as can all of these other books. And this is a dessert cookbook. So something I'd like to try out. Good. You did a good job.
So next we need to add 2 cups of whole wheat flour.
You can also use other kinds of flour.
You can use all-purpose flour. Whole wheat's definitely better though. And then 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Yep. Perfect. Good job. Yep. And we're gonna stir that in until it's combined. So our ingredients are just combined. Now we're going to flour our surface and roll out our dough.
treat dough is all rolled out, it is ready to be cut with a cookie cutter. And in the Oxford County Library Kitchen Library, we have a wide variety of cookie cutters that you can check out with your library card. We are going to use the dog bone shape, of course, and Aliyah is going to cut our cookies.
I also mentioned that both rolling pins we used today also came from the kitchen library. There's our dog bone cookies. So we're going to finish cutting these up, prepare a baking sheet, and get them ready for cooking. So we have our cookies all cut out. Our oven is preheated, so we're going to put these in for, well, the recipe calls to say about 20 to 40 minutes. This oven is going to cook them a lot faster than that.
So the oven's preheated to 350 degrees, and we still have some dough here because this recipe is supposed to make 48 bones, depending on how big you cut them. And we have one final book to share. This is called A Dog's Breakfast by Jess Young. A Chef's Guide to Healthy Home Cooking for Your Favorite Pooch. So this is actually found in the adult section, and it is an adult nonfiction recipe book all about preparing meals for your dogs. You can find that in the catalog as well. We're going to let those bake, and we'll check on our chilled dough in the fridge. So our dog treats are now finished. They baked, and they're a nice crunchy cookie for our furry friends. And Leslie and Aliyah are going to take them home and see if their dog, Finnegan, enjoys them as well. I hope so. Now we are on to cookies for kids. So this is our chilled dough from the fridge. And same process as the dog cookies, but for people. We're going to cut out some shapes, pop them in the oven, and then it's time to decorate and taste. Alright, we have 6 teddy bear cookies ready to go into our mini oven. And as you can see, there is a lot of dough left over, so this recipe yields a good amount of cookies. We're only going to put 6 on the tray so we don't crowd them if they do grow a little bit in the oven. But if you're using a big oven at home, you can make a whole tray of cookies.
So we have to pop these ones in the oven at the same temperature as our dog cookies, 350 degrees. But these take far less time than even the dog cookies did, which means they're going to take even less time in our little oven. So I think the recipe says about 10 minutes max. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these so that we don't burn them, that's for sure.
We're going to let them do their thing in the oven, and we'll be back to show you the finished product. Okay, so our teddy bear sugar cookies are now done. They came out of the oven, and they are adorable.
Very cute.
You don't want to get them mixed up with your dog biscuits, but humans can eat these. I don't know if you'd want to.
We have a tester right here, and we're going to decorate.
You can find all of the books mentioned in this video, as well as our kitchen lending library at www.ocl.net. The kitchen library is found under services, and the books can be found in the catalog.
So don't forget you can watch all of our other videos as well as our first Oxford Eats video on our YouTube page and Facebook. So thanks for joining us and enjoy your eats.
Bye!
Bye.